With me now is Derek from the Homeless Gospel Choir, who I'm psyched to talk to. We're going to go weird because who wants to talk about music?
Yeah, let's not talk
Superstitious?
about music. Yeah, I'm superstitious and I'm weird. So this is going to be great for the both of us.
Friday the 13th for the win.
Yeah.
So if anything can go wrong.
Yeah, it should today, hopefully.
So you've just kind of stayed away from like black cats and
I invite danger in the best way that I can, you know?
Okay.
I think so much of life is just vanilla, and we want to go ahead and just spice it up if we can when we can.
Cool, man. Fuck that shit up.
Yeah, right.
So, okay, still going weird. I think you look fantastic with plaits.
Thank you so very much.
No worries. I didn't know how to put that off. So I was like, we'll just throw it out there. But, yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take any compliment I can get.
But, I mean, where did the idea for that come from?
Of what?
The video. Just for that kind of play with, that Foo Fighters, that's Alanis Morissette kind of, crossover.
I wanted to make a music video that was inviting and even a bit silly at times.
Yeah.
that drew people into it, and a lot of my songs have very serious notes to them, and that's, I think, a fun thing to have too. A fine thing to have too. But I wanted to talk about the idea of being normal and also have it look fun and weird and catchy and get people's attention. So, yeah, and I love Alanis Morissette. Who doesn't love Alanis Morissette? She wrote one of the greatest rock and roll records of all time with Jagged Little Pill, if you ask my humble opinion. And I just thought, what a wonderful way to...
Like a homage kind of thing?
Yeah, just give a nod to it. Just to say, hey...
Take me out on tour.
That, for certain. But also that, like, what Alanis Morissette did was super punk. That record is super duper punk, and you would hand that record to somebody who might traditionally listen to punk rock music and say, well, this is just a sad acoustic record. But no, man, it's so punk. It's the most punk, and I just wanted to share in the punk of it, I guess.
Awesome. Well, we can carry on going weird, or I can talk about the album.
Anything you want. It's all up to you.
You know what? I put Normal on again today. Needed to listen to it. I did have the Anti-Flag album, and I was like, put Normal on just so I can go and get questions. But It's such a good album.
Thank you very much.
And it's great because it's, when I first heard it, I was like, hey, it's kind of like Sage Francis and Frank Turner, and there's loads of punk in there. I mean, you've got Chris from Anti-Flag on, produced it. The only thing I was expecting to jump out at me was like Henry Rollins shouting, which didn't happen.
No, I don't think. I think I'd steer away from that if I can.
But no, it's great.
Thank you very much.
I like the track's Depression. I thought that was really cool. 1983. I feel like that is a song that just sings back at you, and you probably don't have to do much except just play the chords kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, how have you found the new material going down over here?
I've been just shocked by it, to be truthful with you. I didn't know. I'd been here twice, once with Anti-Flag and once with Frank, and there's some folks over here that like my music pretty good, I guess. And I knew that there'd be a handful of folks that had heard the new music and heard the new record, but it's been just shocking to me, the response. It's everyone sings the words and spreads the good vibe of it, and it's been awesome to come to places like I'd never been before. I'd never played Aberdeen, Scotland. We played there last night, and there was a whole gaggle of folks there that knew the words and were singing along and were looking forward to seeing it. And it's just been just a tremendous blessing to my heart just to experience it and witness it, and be able to see that the music that matters a lot to me also matters to the folks who are listening to it, and it's been a welcomed reception. I'll say that for sure.
Have people been coming to you like after the show or like at the merch table and just talking to you about it?
Yeah, we've had plenty of conversations have been had about it, and it's been wonderful.
Because the first time I saw you was with Frank about 2 years ago, something like that. And I was just like, who's this guy? He's just come on stage with a guitar. I thought it was like rodeo or something. And he's like, oh, okay, he's still on. And then like half an hour, 40 minutes later, I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll go check that shit out.
Cool.
Go home, I'm like, cool, my new favorite artist. And then obviously it's taken a while for this album to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
it's been 3 years.
Was there lots of changes from the original concept or the idea of it, or?
No, it took a while to write. This record, it took a little bit longer for me to write my ideas down because I wanted to make sure that they all fit inside within the picture frame of the story that I wanted to tell.
Yeah.
And usually I'm just a scatterbrain, so I'm having I have these bursts of 1,000 thoughts every second, and I try and grab maybe one or two of them by the tail if I can. And this record came, I wanted to make it a very specific enclosed idea, and taking those ideas to Chris too from Anti-Flag, because he produces my records.
He did the whole, because I got the assumption that it was just that one track. Did he do the whole thing?
Yeah, in the last record too. We sat down and he's been a wonderful co-laborer of the whole project, and he's really come into it and made, I have an idea. I'm like, hey, I like this. It sounds like this inside my head. Can we make this sound in a live setting? And he says, yeah, we can make this sound in a live setting. We can make this guitar sound this way, and then we do it. And he's been a wonderful champion of it, and has been a wonderful guide and helper and boss of it, and all of it, all of the parts of the things that I needed. Whenever I need a buddy, he's a buddy. And whenever I need him to be more directive, he's done that too. It's a dream come true, to be truthful with you.
There was just that one track that was recorded in a live setting, or was the whole album recorded as live?
That one track for Why that was on the 7-inch was recorded live in the studio. All the instruments are played live on the record, and they were recorded in different studios. So there's another one of our friends, Matt Very. He has a recording studio in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania called Very Tight Recordings, and has just a wonderful setup and wonderful rooms to record in. And we wanted to have a different sound for the drums on certain tracks, so we recorded it in his big, huge open room, and I'm so thankful that we did.
Yeah. Was picking the studios for the right sound and the right tone of it quite important? Do they have to feel homely? Because it feels like a really homely record.
Yeah, I want. I think people can. I think at times people are consuming music. And doing so as a background to their life, and I do that myself sometimes. I'll listen to and I love Mogwai, but I'll listen to Mogwai while I'm doing the dishes, or I'll listen to it while I have my earbuds in and I'm mowing the lawn, when I rarely mow my own lawn, when I have to mow my lawn. But I wanted this record and these pieces of music to be like, we're sitting around a table together having an open dialogue and an open conversation about our fears or about our dreams or about whatever, and hopefully the recording of it reflected that.
Yeah, well, like I say, it's like a great story from 6th grade, which I thought was such a great little opening. It's almost like, fuck you with the guns.
Sure.
And then obviously it finishes with holy shit and stuff like that, and I thought it was just a great, nice. It was surprising how quickly it went. Mm-hmm. I just flew through it. I put it on, and I was just sat there, and I was doing something else, and I was taking it all in. And then by the time it finished, I was like, oh my god, I've gone through 12 tracks.
That's awesome.
I'm like, oh god.
It's interesting too, because the way the record was written is also, it's not in any type of chronological order at all. But 6th grade, I started to write. I found a little sheet of paper that I started to write when I was in 6th grade about my 6th grade science teacher, and I turned that little teeny poem into what the song is now for the most part. And the last song that I wrote for the record was Holy Shit.
Okay.
And that type of instrumentation and that type of arrangement and that type of vibe and feel of Holy Shit is the type of music that I'm hoping to make more of in the future.
Oh wow. So was it was it quite easy then to put the songs in order that you wanted them?
Yeah, because they kind of tell a story and they kind of piggyback off of one another. So it was very easy to give them the order that they have. Yeah.
So with the set list now, how are you bouncing off? Is it mainly off normal now, or are you throwing
more than half of it is off of normal. I want people to hear the new songs and hear the new words to it. So
gotta play those singles.
Yeah, I'm playing those ones, but I still play songs off of I Used to Be So Young.
Yeah.
And I even still play songs when I have to off of my very first record, Luxury Problems. But mostly I want to show people the new material.
Yeah.
And I think it's connecting with the folks. Okay, I think.
Definitely. Well, I think it's great. It's one of my contenders for album of the year.
Well, thank you so much.
So unless Alkaline Trio put out a surprise album, which is really unlikely.
But would also be a contender in my heart as
Yeah,
well.
do you know what I mean? Like, fuck, there's a new. Yeah, that's not happening. But yeah, it's been great talking to you, and I'm a massive fan, and,
Yeah,
and
thanks so
the
much.
album's great, and obviously been playing the tracks, and I'm
Thank
looking
you.
forward to seeing what you pull out of the bag
Yeah, man.
tonight. I
Me
mean,
too.
is there are you playing some stuff with the band, or
Nope.
is it just?
It's just I just want to show. I just want to show the songs in a bare, stripped down form with an acoustic guitar, and just let the words of the songs speak for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just playing them just acoustic guitar like I've always done.
Yeah.
And maybe in the future there will be some time to do a full band,
Yeah.
but
Not
maybe
right
not.
now.
I like the idea of both. I like the idea of you getting a chance to hear the way the record sounds in my mind in your house.
Yeah.
With all the bands and with all the guys that all my friends that play on it and all the different voices and that makes me feel great. And then also too to be able to play it live with just an acoustic guitar so you hear the way that I want you to hear it.
Yeah.
Like as a protest.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I wanna try and make sure that there's a balance of that and yeah.
It's like a part-time band.
Yeah. It is like a part-time band.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing it tonight.
I'm excited to play for it.
Definitely, man. How long are you on for?
I think I got maybe 30 minutes.
Okay.
So I mean, if I wanted to just blast through, the new record, I could play the record just front to back and just go for it. But
A really curveball people, they'll be expecting oh fuck, was that wrong? My mind's gone blank now.
that's all right. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Let's resort to
going.
the internet for the truth.
There's no Wi-Fi, so I gotta go to iTunes.
The truth.
Musical preferences.
Yeah.
That's the one.
I'll play that tonight for sure.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Dude, it's been a privilege.
Yeah, I just coughed in this hand, but I'll give you this
That's
one
all,
for sure.
I'll take any hand.